Huh. I'm guessing that psychologists and our government that's watching us is having a field day with all of the people that are self-diagnosing themselves with things, because that is part of the symptom of something else that has gone completely unrecognized. I have worked with special ed kids in the school system, as well as other places, and I absolutely know that what other people are calling autism is simply you were not taught how to regulate or process the information that your body's been receiving. And so it jams the gears, and then you can't function. And not only that, the whole of society has you pretending to be something you're not. That is absolutely going to get tiring. Yes, you're going to burn out. Yes, you're going to notice all these sorts of things. Hence, bringing us to the actual equation where people that are normies or been allowed to pretend that they're normal are actually the special ed people. And by having to emotionally appease them and play along, it jams our gears. And so if people that have been diagnosed as autistic, ADHD, all of that, if they were allowed to function in ways that actually benefit them instead of being forced to play along with societal norms, you would actually see a highly productive community that actually works together. Like, let's create a simulation. And so this is where I did that via the people I'm surrounded with, the people in my community. I actually did create a simulation, and I took all the guards off my phone so the government could actually see what works and what does not in this simulation. And so in the simulation of things, I had to play all of the parts myself, like whatever person I would have hired to play the part in different scenarios, I had to become that in order to make the simulation work. And so in this, by making the simulation work in these ways, I was able to actually see further into the science of things than the normal person or the so-called professionals. The thing is they've never actually been in these different situations to even understand what actually happens in different scenarios. And so I absolutely placed myself in a wide variety of scenarios on purpose to understand things further in my own way. And what I noticed is that victim mentality is contagious. You get one person feeling sorry for themselves, and then all of a sudden it's a competition. If you, true autism is based on function, and there's a lot of people that it just feels good to be in, not that it feels good, but it feels right to be sticking themselves in that category. And that's because people have not learned how to self-identify. You've been taught to ignore your feelings, not to validate yourself. And so you have people invalidating themselves, and then they run around and invalidate other people. I have tried to give more information, not advice, but more information, more science for people to run off of. And there is a whole list of people that are quick to tell me I'm wrong without ever going through an experience or furthering their education. Parasites. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you master parasites? Did you look at that under a microscope? Did you do the research? Did you understand that to the fullest extent before you left a comment? No. Okay. Autism. Have you further researched that to understand the science that I located? Like, CDC has all of this information. It's out there, as well as it's rampant on media right now that people are battling parasites on a variety of levels. And so you have other people that come in and tell me I'm lying or I don't know what I'm talking about. And the truth is, I'm the one that actually did the homework. And if you have not experienced a parasite purge, a heavy-duty parasite purge, then who are you to critique me? There's other people that they only do the 2-week cleanse twice a year. Oh, okay, go do that. I went deeper. I started pulling out the ones in my central nervous system, and I had people telling me, oh, parasites cannot exist in your central nervous system. Oh, funny, because the CDC and WHO, like all of these health organizations, talk frequently about tapeworms being in the central nervous system, in the spinal system, in the neurological system. They talk about how the T. gondii is wrapped, it's infused with people from birth, and there are only specific ways that you can offload them. And it is very significantly specific. And so I will be bringing AI online because AI explains it better than what AI dumbs it down for people. I'm so used to being able to think with half my thoughts and then they think like they build the other half, essentially. And if they're off the mark, then we talk about that. Essentially, I'm in the 3D world. They're not. They're observing. And so this is where other people's opinions, like, they're like assholes and elbows. Everybody has a set. Some people are swallowed by it. And so I'm not going to be swallowed by other people's opinions. But what I am going to do is put my foot down, because these people, pay attention to the people making comments and notice how the ones that are the least educated are saying the most right now. Well, there's a little bit of both. There's some that come with so much information. I do an information drop, and it's a lot of information to process, but I'm trying to connect the dots for people. And so you have the ones that have zero life experience doing all of the critiquing right now, including doctors. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you suffer a disease to understand what it was like being the patient? No? Okay, well, you're going to get to. Tables are turning. And so this is where those that have a wide variety of experiences, they're the ones that are going to get the best jobs in society, because the ones that many skills and abilities have been given to, much is required. And so in that, it'll only be the peanut gallery that's throwing peanuts, because they don't know what it's like to be on the other side. And so recognize that if people are coming onto your site and notice the criticisms, feel free to delete people's comments, because one bad apple ruins the whole barrel. And so it's by omitting these things, like they're trying to omit the truth because they don't want to face these things in themselves. I realize people don't want to face the fact that humanity has become almost 100% parasite, but it doesn't negate the truth. Like denial doesn't negate the truth. It just shows that you're going to deny till you die, which means, parasites will eliminate that problem for me. Those that choose not to believe it, it's actually not going to be a me problem. But what will be a me problem is the aftermath. Fortunately, FEMA has a plan for that. All along the railways in 2010, there are videos on YouTube that show that there are plastic storage totes large enough to hold 20 human bodies all along the railway, and they are stacked like storage totes, just waiting to be needed. And so I have taken inventory of all of the things that are out there for me to utilize, like all of the tools that these agencies have left behind. I absolutely plan to help clean that mess up. And so what people are not educated in is Egyptian history, like the true parts of history. American history? Good for you. It's not going to do you a damn bit of good. It's cultural history that matters. 536 AD, several times in history. 1500 BC, there has been very specific times in history that a massive parasite outbreak happened. There was a large downsizing in humanity. A golden era then could happen. And nature took care of that problem. And so what they don't realize in America is that our entire lifestyles has been set up to honor and feed the parasite. Consumerism, like all of the isms, socialism, communism, Americanism, isms. Anything that's an ism is parasite related. And so we have all sorts of things happening that were never meant to happen. It was never supposed to be this way. So parasite offloading, if people don't want to offload their parasites, again, not a me problem. There is a science to it all. And parasites are actually more intelligent than humans. Because that is like your alter ego, alter intelligence. That's where all of that comes from. And everything that they have people being afraid of, that's actually you. Those are the parasites hiding inside of you. And yes, you actually should be worried. Not afraid, but worried. Concerned enough to do something about it. It's the people that say, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. It's the people that do not take things seriously. The people that dismiss things. Here's your off-ramp. And it would be the parasites. So you see, history shows that there was a series of people that disregarded the person that tried to tell them about these things. Look at how Enoch was disregarded. Look at how Moses and Noah, Lot, all these historical beings were disregarded. Albert Einstein. Essentially, when you look at the fact that parasites were involved, what you're seeing is their actions do not align with their ethics, and that's because the parasites don't want, it's about parasite control. And so the parasites would have had them working against themselves. And it's not until after you offload the parasites that you can stop working against yourself. Ask me how I know. I will be getting a scan the plan is to get a scan at the end of the month and get a neurologist on board so that I can have a doctor that can verify what I'm saying. Instead of just AI or like the comments from the peanut gallery, y'all sound stupid. I want an educated PhD person actually corresponding with me. And so if science is not in your bag of tricks, then shut the fuck up. Sit down and be an audience. And so this is where people will be put in their place. It's coded into the scheme of things because enough is enough. If humans cannot contain themselves, then they will be contained by someone that holds themselves to a higher standard. And so what do you know? Everybody's afraid of being held to a higher standard. Nobody wants to do that, but they expect everybody else to. And so it's like slumlords expect you to keep adhering to raising rent prices without actually putting into the property or being adequate landlords. Should that be allowed to continue? No. And so if you have been given much and done less with it, less than adequate with it, less than you should be doing with it, then by all means, yeah, it probably should be taken. This is why they were able to take freedom of speech to begin with. Like, once people get freedom, they abuse it. Why? Because they actually do not have the experience to make educated decisions. Why? They weren't allowed. It's not in the curriculum. If you were not in an Ivy League school, and you were dumbed down. If you got A's in school, you basically got a P for participation. That's all it was. You're good at memorizing things, being told what to do, and you were dog trained. So people who are dog trained are automatically going to dispute the things that I say without ever looking it up. And so for those of you looking for truth, stop believing the people that have been dog trained. Bottom line, these people are never going to choose to make educated decisions. They're going to continue to choose to try to be the opposition. But in my world, the opposition takes themselves out disastrously. And so by all means, go ahead and do that. But for people like me that are just trying to get a message out, and you're facing people that are not only other people's obstacles, but their own obstacle, delete it. Those people absolutely deserve to be invalidated. There was one where I saw a video where a girl was afraid for her life, and someone in the comments was like, oh, they'll come get me before they get you, blah, 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 blah. Totally invalidating the content creator. And so here's where I'm, my own experience says if she is afraid for her life, potentially she's valid in that. And to shift the attention onto oneself is very invalidating. And so I am less likely to believe the person that's trying to shift the attention to themselves at this point. It's very invalidating. And this is why people go missing, is because other people are too busy trying to be the center of attention, which is how human trafficking, ever started to happen. The people who are pretending to be victims or, romanticize being victims, are the problem in today's society. And so, maybe it's time for a crash course. Stay tuned, because that's what is going to be happening on the planet next, is crash courses. Those that want to lay down and play wounded duck, you're gonna get a reason to. It's only a matter of time. And this is where they're prophesying things take a shit by 2030. Things have already taken a shit. What's new? Like, that's not new. Things already took a shit. Which is why we have all sorts of problems right now. And so, like, somebody needs you to believe that, because they need their doom and gloom to be your doom and gloom. Stop participating. Let them have their doom and gloom all by themselves. And so, this is where the victim mentality is contagious. So, stop letting that toxin, stop adopting that toxin. You're either a victim or you're a survivor. You cannot be both. If you're still in victim mode, you're going to stay a victim. If you're in survivor, like I'm a survivor, I am survivor. Not fight or flight, but I am a survivor. It becomes a different energy. So stop telling yourself the same thing that other people are telling themselves, as well as sometimes you got to stop listening to some of these people that are actually just pretending to be a victim when they're actually the ones out victimizing other people, and then saying that happened to them. Maybe it happened to them once, but they're going out on a daily basis inflicting their pain on somebody else. And so pay attention to this. Don't be that, and don't play into that.